It was supposed to be a routine practice session for Alex Ayah, but what unfolded sent a shockwave through Hard Rock Stadium. In a stunning act of heart, the 20-year-old Filipina sensation did something completely unprecedented. Security personnel were frozen in place. Tournament officials exchanged looks of disbelief, and thousands of fans suddenly witnessed a moment that would shatter the internet. The cameras captured it all, an unexpected, pure moment that was purely Alex Ayah. March 17, 2026. A palpable buzz filled the Miami Gardens practice courts, but the energy exploded when Alex Ayah walked onto Court 5. Hundreds of Filipino supporters, draped in their nation's flags, had waited for hours. They wore her jersey and held signs that screamed for her to fight on. The massive crowd forced security to forge a path for Ayah to even reach the court. At first, everything seemed normal rallies, footwork drills, the standard pre-tournament ritual. But something felt different. Ranked number 29 with 390 points on the line, she was oddly relaxed. Then, mid-rally, she just stopped. Waving off her partner, she jogged toward a little girl in the stands. The child, no older than 8, clutched a small, handmade sign. In wobbly letters it read, "You're my hero." Ayah waved off the approaching security. She knelt down to the girl's eye level, talking with her for almost 2 full minutes. Then came the move that stunned everyone. She handed the girl a racket from her own bag, and the crowd erupted. A forest of cell phones shot up as the girl's mother began to weep, while Ayah simply smiled and returned to the court. But the footage was already out, detonating online within a few short hours. The clip blazed across social media with incredible speed. By nightfall, millions had watched it on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. One viral post captured the moment perfectly. Gave away her practice racket to a young fan. Mid-session. This is why she's different. The world agreed, as comments poured in celebrating her character. Fans from all nations marveled at the gesture's spontaneity, and even her rivals took notice. It was far more than a simple act of kindness. It was a reminder of why she is the most beloved player in the game. It was never about her rank. It was about who she is. "I always make it a point to be grateful," Ayah has said time and again. "Where I'm from, I've seen real poverty. I've seen serious struggle. And while I didn't live it myself, it helps me appreciate what I have." That deep appreciation fuels these genuine moments that can never be scripted. These are the moments that reveal a character that press conferences can never capture. The girl, later identified as Maria, had driven from Orlando with her family just to see Ayah practice. They couldn't afford tickets for the actual matches, hoping only for a glimpse of their hero. They got so much more. "I told my daughter, maybe we'll just see her from far away," Maria's mother emotionally recounted to a local news station. "I never, ever imagined she would actually come over to us or give her a racket. My daughter will remember this forever. And so will the millions who saw it, because Alex Ayah wasn't just a player. She was something far more rare, a genuine hero." But the racket giveaway wasn't her only headline moment in Miami. Days before, she met with another Filipino icon, Erik Spoelstra. The head coach of the Miami Heat and the tennis star met just before the tournament began. "Just two powerhouses repping the Philippines at the highest level," the team's caption read. The video showed Ayah and Spoelstra sharing a warm embrace, both of them beaming. Spoelstra, the first Asian-American head coach to claim an NBA championship, has always been vocal about his Filipino roots. He presented Ayah with a personalized Heat jersey. Their first meeting was in 2023, at Spoelstra's 700th career victory. Now 2 years on, they reunited as two of the most important Filipino figures in all of sports. For Ayla, the moment transcended a simple photo. Spoelstra is a living roadmap for Filipinos in American sports, a path from heritage to victory. She called him an inspiration after they met. Seeing a fellow Filipino dominate in American sports means everything. It proves what can be done. The timing was perfect. Days before the Miami Open, Ayla was reminded she played for more than herself. She played for a global family, a diaspora bound by heritage and immense pride. Days later, stepping onto the practice court, the air thrummed with Filipino flags and chants of her name, making that connection tangible. Giving away the racket was an impulse, yet it felt like destiny. Ayla knows her victories are not hers alone. They belong to every Filipino who sees their own story in hers. But beyond the viral clips and cheering fans, a brutal reality loomed. She returns to Miami not as the 2025 wildcard, but as the world's number 29, a career peak. Seeded 31st, she earned a first-round bye, But that new status carried immense pressure. Crushing pressure. She had to defend 390 points from her dream 2025 run. Those points vanish at the start. An early loss would send her ranking tumbling back into the 50 to 60 range. Holding on to her rank in Miami would be a monumental task. The draw was unforgiving. After her bye, she'd meet either Laura Siegemund or Petra Martic in the round of 64. A win there would likely pit her against world number 3, Iga Swiatek. It was a rematch of the 2025 quarterfinal, where Ayla shocked the star 6-2, 7-5. Swiatek avenged that loss in Madrid, but the sting of the Miami upset remained. The Polish star, now with heightened security after last year's fan incident, would be hunting for payback. Surviving that match would only lead to tougher opponents. The fourth round promised Karolina Muchova or Klara Tauson, followed by Victoria Azarenka or Mira Andreeva. Then, Coco Gauff or Amanda Anisimova in the semis. It was a murderer's row, but Ayla ignored the bracket. She reflected that last year's Miami tournament was a beautiful moment that had started it all. Since then, she explained, she had grown immensely, building confidence through huge wins and tough defeats. She now knows she belongs at this level. The video of the racket giveaway went viral, but the cameras missed the real story. Long after practice, autographs, and photos, Ayla remained for nearly 45 minutes. She stayed on court, talking with fans and signing everything, even as security tried to usher her away. Officials had a schedule to maintain, but Ayla gently waved them off, prioritizing the fans. She knew what organizers often miss. These people were not just fans, they were family. When a Filipino player is on court, the stadium transforms into a Davis Cup atmosphere. A veteran referee observed during her Dubai run that the crowd cheers for the country, not just the player. This is the source of her powerful bond with the fans. They are not just rooting for a tennis star. They are rooting for the Philippines, and for every Filipino working far from home. They cheer for the parents who sacrificed, and for the child who now sees a new dream is possible. Ayla grasps this profoundly, believing her following exists for a significant reason. She hopes the platform she has built makes a positive impact on her community, and that community is now global. Over 200,000 Filipinos call South Florida home, and thousands more traveled to see her, lining up hours early. They waved flags nonstop and lingered long after she was gone. That simple gift of a racket reminded them all why they were there. March 19th or 20th, 2026. Ayla will take the court for her first Miami match since that magical run a year ago. Her opponent? Laura Siegemund or Petra Martic. The stakes. 390 points hanging in the balance. Her top 30 ranking teeters on the edge, a nation's hopes on her back. Yet her calm with the crowds, the effortless way she handles the pressure, proves she is prepared. Number 55. Seemand, the 38-year-old German, embodies the veteran savvy Ayla must conquer. But nothing has prepared Segund for the storm waiting at Hard Rock Stadium. She has never entered an arena with 10,000 fans chanting in a foreign tongue. Never has she served into a roar so deafening it drowns out the umpire's calls. Or it could be Moreno, the fearless Croatian teen ranked 72, who lacks big stage experience. The winner of that match will confront an entirely new kind of opponent, more than just the world's number 29. She is a cultural force for 115 million. And should Ayla pass? World number 3 Swiatek, a 5-time slam winner, is next. A champion who remembers exactly what happened on this court last year. Swiatek, who saw Rafael Nadal present Ayla's graduation award just 2 years ago. She watched a 19-year-old wildcard shatter her game here, and now faces that same roaring crowd. This is the stuff of legends. A rematch. A shot at redemption for them both. But Ayla herself remains focused on the present moment. She reflected, "Miami was an amazing start for me. I've accomplished and grown so much since." Now she returns to defend her legacy, starting with an unprecedented act of generosity. In the middle of practice, with thousands of fans watching, she paused to give her racket to a girl who'd journeyed for hours, a moment that went viral. But behind these viral clips and touching gestures is the truth. 390 points are on the line. A clash with EGAT looms, as does the hope of 115 million people. She bears it all with grace, and the same infectious smile from last year's tournament. Was the racket gift pure kindness, or a sign of her star power? Tell us below. Follow Court Legacy for daily WTA news, analysis, and deeper stories. Every day is match day.